Life is meant to be lived.
And on this show, I'm gonna tell you crazy stories of my life. I'm your boy Mush King. You already know, I got a story to tell.
Hey, what it is, boys and girls, it's your boy Mush King, and you're now tuned into an all-new episode of A Story to Tell, a show where I like to tell the crazy stories of my life, the crazy stories of the internet, and just, come through and kick it and talk about all the things that I'm listening to, what I'm watching, and all that good stuff. You catch me here each and every Wednesday on the CWF Network, where we bring you the big content in the small pieces. What's good, everybody? I am him, and he is I, and I am back. I know that I missed last week, and I apologize for that. But if you haven't listened to the last episode, Pushy Mushy, go ahead and check that out, because that was a good episode. I went back and listened to that actually yesterday. And, I am trying to... sorry. I hope you're doing well. Sorry about that. And shout out to everybody who's new listening here. Shout out to everybody who has been tuning in for some time now. I've been doing this show for a real long time. And your boy is just at a brand new stage where he's just trying to grow and do better things, because how you gonna do something if you're and not at your best skill wise? That's just how I think about it. But thank you for tuning into this show. Let's get into the catch up. Recently last week I went to New York. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to record. I was not taking my mic with me. Now let me tell y'all something. The flights for Spirit and Frontier and all that. Listen, I'm not like a Spirit, hater and all that. I know there's people out there like, yuck, Spirit. But when you got to catch a flight somewhere quick, to pop somewhere, it's cool. It's cool. But they get you with the luggage, man. Checking them bags is crazy. I think they was charging $69 for to check the bag, and I think it was $79 for a carry-on, and I'm like, well, it was a $50 ticket. Now I'm back to the $120, and I could have just paid, Delta or United or one of them. So I had to go to New York, and I was just I had bought the ticket a couple weeks ago, and I originally went, to go meet up and have some meetings and things like that. But, events transpired, and so some of the people that I wasn't, I was supposed to meet, I, didn't go meet. But that's a story for a different day. But I was able to go back to New York. Now, that was the first time I was back in New York since March 2021. I had went to New York because I just started a new position with the Department of Education up there. So I had to go to New York to go get the laptop. Now, when I had went there, that's when it was at the height of the pandemic. The streets were closed. Nobody was on the streets. It was empty. Train was empty. And, it was just real depressing. And I said that I wasn't going to go back until, New York was open again and stuff like that. Because, Atlanta never closed. I was in Atlanta the whole time during the pandemic, going out, wilding, Lord. And, but I got to go back home, to see the city that... will be my forever city. Now, one thing I will say is, it's definitely back. It's definitely back and thriving. Let me tell y'all something. I must have walked 10 miles. One of my favorite things to do in New York was always to go walking. That's one of the best ways I was able to clear my head. And also, it's also another way to be entertained, because in New York, if you walk down the street, you never know what you're going to see. You never know what you're going to see. So I was just walking down 125th Street and seeing all the changes that have happened. And, it makes you kind of sad when you walk around and see all the places, the landmarks that you've known since I was a kid, and now they're not even there no more. The Pathmark on 125th, I saw that they finally tore it down. I remember when it closed, but they finally tore it down, and that was just damn, 125th looking like a mini 34th Street, downtown Brooklyn looking like, a mini Dubai with all the, the high rises and stuff like that. My old neighborhood by Fordham Road in the Bronx, they really changed Fordham Road up a lot. A lot of the mom and pop stores are gone. So it was different to see it. I mean, listen, New York will be what it is. And what I will say about living in New York is it's kind of like a little, like a little rat wheel. And it's when you're on that wheel, you just kind of live that life. And it's when you're in it, you don't realize the life that you're living, because that's everyday life. Just how you get on a train and, you know, apartments and the prices and stuff like that. Like, you don't realize it because that's everyday life for you. And you, until you go somewhere else and you're just like, wow, there's space here. Wow. Like, it's cheaper here. Wow. Like, you could get a little bit more for your money somewhere else. So once you step off the wheel, then you're just like, ooh. So when you go back, it's like, ooh, I don't know if I want to hop on this wheel again. Like, I was standing there. I didn't even know that they was getting rid of Metro cards. So I'm standing there trying to, like, get on the bus. I'm like, bro, how do you do this? Now you can tap your phone. Like, I remember when New York was tokens. Like, that is so, it's so weird. I remember when they put the Metro card machines in there. So just a big thing. Guys, we are moving into fall. I think today's the first day of fall. Happy fall to you, autumn, whatever you guys want to say. And, you know, me and a friend of mine was just talking about, like, seasonal depression. And that shit has definitely been hitting me hard, y'all. Like, I love the summertime, even though it don't really agree with my skin like that. You know, me and this eczema, it's a constant battle every day. But now that fall is here, the weather's getting chilly again, and it's getting dark earlier, and the sun take longer to come out. Like, it just be putting me in a mood, man. I hate it. I hate it. And the thing is, I have a winter birthday, so you would think that I would like the winter and the cold, but nah. I used to dream as a kid of just living somewhere warm all year long and being in the sun all year long. Like, I never wanted to, all I wanted to do was just play in the park at night for some reason. Like, that was like a dream of mine. I was like, when I'm an adult, I'm going to go to the park at night, because I don't. Not for those purposes, for those people listening out there with those type of minds, because I know you're listening. But, you know, I just been trying to, and fall is like a time where I like to prepare and do all this stuff, where kind of you focus on your end of the year goals and stuff. Now, let me tell you something. I am months away from the last year of my 30s, bro. And, like, whew, I've been trying to, like, refocus some things, restructure some things, because, like, you know, I've had these goals of where I want to be for 40. Like, I've been saying that on this show for mad years now. Like, there's certain places I want to be. And, you know, now that I've been in Atlanta, it's been almost a year and a half, and it's just like, all right, I need to start moving and shaking and doing the things that I need to do. But, like, I had to shake that pandemic dust off of me, man. Like, just communication was lacking. Like, you know, the urge to want to go anywhere, the urge to really get dressed up like I used to. And, like, all of that is starting to come back and stuff like that. And the one thing I will say is, y'all, so for me, I be having to watch the club. Now, like, the club has always been, like, an escape for me. Like, anytime, even in my 20s, like, when I had problems, like, I'd be like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the club. Like, I'm gonna just go to the club and just have mad fun and stuff like that. But then, like, you know, over the years, it started to be like, you know, you go to the club, you get drunk, you spend all your money, and then you wake up and the problem's still there. Like, it's still there. So, you know, I had to be mindful, because, like, spring, all this summer, I've really just been, like, going out. And the thing is I've needed it, because I needed to get back into my social mode. I needed to get, like, my communication skills up and, you know, do things like that. So I'm glad that I did it, but I had to pull all the way back, because it's just like, you know, I've noticed that the focus for the network was a little off and stuff like that. So I wanted to, like, really get back. So I've been sitting my ass down for the past 2 weeks. And I'll probably be doing it for, like, the next 2 weeks. I have a trip coming up. My annual trip is coming up next week. So I'm excited about that. So I am just trying to, like, get motivated. I'm going to be out in the mountains, like, you know, getting my num young ro or whatever they were saying in that Tina Turner movie. But I've been trying to, like, you know, self-motivate. What are some self-motivating things that you do? Like, you know, what are some things that, you know, get you back into your bag of who you are and stuff like that? Like, it's just a variety of things for me. Like, sometimes I like to listen to, like, hype music, like, to kind of get me, like, hype again. Like, sometimes I like to listen to, like, there's, like, these deep house mixes on YouTube. Like, sometimes I just put that on low and just be in here bobbing my head, but it don't really have words to it, so I can kind of focus. Sometimes I like to listen to, like, smooth jazz in work, or chill hop and stuff like that. Like, do y'all listen to chill hop? I love me some chill hop. But yeah, like, those are just some of the methods that I use. I mean, music is a lot of the main way that I've, you know, kind of decompressed, because, like, I love music. I don't know how much I can express that and stuff like that. And the more and more I think about this network and the route that I want to go, I feel like it's going to always be more music focused. Like, I don't know. I've been having that vision lately of just, you know, I've been doing the whole, like, pause or play thing on Instagram and TikTok. And I feel like that is something I really need to start pushing again. So I'm going to have a little bit more about that in the wrap-up. But that's just some of the things I've been up to. What y'all been up to, man? Like, what y'all got planned for fall? I do know that I want to have like a vision board party. Like, I've been saying I want to do these events, and I've been setting it up, and so I really need to do that. So I wrote my goals down, all the goals down that I wrote by the end of the year, like growing this YouTube channel, and I want to have 2 successful events. And, just really start kicking things in gear. I want to find new hosts and get people back on the network, but I want to do it the right way. I want to do it in a way where I'm just not being confrontational with people, because I'm tired of being like that. So that's the stuff that I'm working on. I want to know what you're working on. Let us know in the comments. Like I said, if you're listening to this, like, I appreciate you if you're listening to this anywhere, like Spotify, Apple Music, all that. But bruh, just go to this YouTube and click subscribe. Write a comment under this video, whatever the title of the name is, it'll be there so you can hear it. But I just want to start pushing more clips. I want to start, like, I have an idea for a revival of Conversation with Friends, but, like, we'll see about that. And yeah, that's just what I'm working on. Let's slide on into the purple little bag and hear what I'm listening to. Bow.
Oh my gosh. The music just turns me on.
All right, we are in the purple little bag, the place where I like to tell you what I'm listening to. And for all those new folks out there, the purple little bag was a little lunch bag that my mom and dad used to carry their cassette tapes in when cassette tapes were out. You know that cassette tapes are really making a comeback. Like, I get the I understood vinyl and, the record players and things like that. And I even have one. I have a record player. I have a few records, but I wasn't one of those ones who was going crazy with it. Like, I mean, the sound do sound crisp, and I like the little record player look. Like, it's dope. But now they're coming out with the cassette tapes. And I was in Urban Outfitters, like, not too long ago, and I seen them selling, like, a cassette tape for, like, $25. And I was just like, bro, that is wild. That is wild. That's what nostalgia costs. But, so they're doing all that. But this week in the PLB, I haven't, like I said, I was in New York, walking the streets. And so I was listening to, the Mush King Life and Times playlist on Spotify. Like, if you're not hip to it, then what are you doing? Like, you got to go follow it. I'll have the link in the description. So go ahead and tap that. And it's just a list of songs that I've been dedicating to myself over the years, of just different songs that I like at different variation times of my life. I've been doing this list probably since like 2013. I think that's when I see that I actually added it. But, I wanted to discuss a few songs that I like that like get me kind of hyped. Because, I was talking about motivation and stuff like that. So one of the songs on the Mush King Life and Times playlist that I, always go to when I want to be in a good mood, Erykah Badu, Back in the Day. Like, that is, back in the days when things were cool. Listen, y'all not ready for my mixtape. You are not ready for my mixtape, bro. Like, don't let me. All these people putting out records, please tell me you can't add some sauce auto-tune to that. And whoo. No? All right, well, I tried. But Back in the Day by Erykah Badu, that is one of the songs that I really enjoy. It looks like I added this back on my playlist back in February of this year, but that's a song that I've been rocking out to for a really long time. And yeah, so that's one of my jams. Let me go through and see what other song that I got on here that I love. Listen, I told you it's a bunch of songs on this playlist, and I got some good ones on here. Y'all gotta click the link. And see what's on here. It's a variety of R&B, hip hop. It's some stuff from TV. Like, I remember when Empire was out, like, I was adding songs from Empire, because some of them songs was good on Empire. Some of them songs was good. Quicksand by SZA. It was from the Insecure soundtrack, because when they were doing Insecure music. Quicksand by SZA. Also another one of my get ready, feel good song, R&B songs. Listen, I always say, like, R&B comes first with me. Like, I love hip hop. Trust me, I know my hip hop, but R&B always will come first, because listen, sometimes I like the shoot 'em up music. I do. Trust me. I put my little air gun fingers in the air when, Kodak Black and all them songs come on. But sometimes, like, my mind, I have to be in the mood for that. Like, I can't listen to that all the time. Like, I remember my brother used to wake up and listen to like hardcore rap, like early in the morning, like Wu-Tang and Redman and when he came back from the military, he was listening to all that Chopped and Screwed. I just used to be like, how do you listen to this at the crack of dawn? Like, I just don't understand it. But everybody got a different way to get right, to get their mood right. So as long as you, but I just never knew how you could get your mood right when you're hearing about people killing people, especially the music these days. Like, they confessing the murders and stuff and the crimes. But that's a story for a different day in a different purple little bag, in a different bag that's not purple. We won't even talk about that. But let me see. The last one I'm gonna give y'all is let's see. I'm gonna give you a throwback. Slow jam by actually, and it's Good Girls by Joe. If you never heard that song, you should go check that out. I added this song back in 2016, May 2016. That's right when I first moved back to New York after living in DC and having like a traumatic situation and just a traumatic stay in DC. Like, you know them places that you just live. I'm not sure if you're a mover, but if you're a mover, then there's probably one place that you live that you're just like, bro, I'm good off that. Like, you know, with me, like, that's the first time I've been back to New York, like I said, since 21. No, not even 21. I think that was 2020 when that happened. I can't remember what year that was. I think that was 21. I think that might have been 21 that I went there. But yeah, like, RIP to Jesse Powell. Like, you know, I was saying all that because I saw Joe's name. He's an artist of that time. And so, yeah, Jesse Powell just passed away. I mean, You is probably one of the most classic R&B songs that, you know, all generations know. Even these young kids, if you don't know who sings it, you heard your grandma, because, you know, grandmas be like 42 these days. But your grandma or your mom done sang it, like, so I know you know it. But what are some of the songs that get you motivated, like when you're feeling, you know, when you're feeling a little blue, or, you know, whatever color you're feeling? Or what songs like really get you in the mood to like really pump you up and stuff like that? But one of the latest songs one of the latest songs I added on here was Get On Up by Jodeci. Like, I normally don't like Jodeci, y'all. I'm not the Jodeci fan, but that Get On Up song, it has always been a feel-good song for me, so I added that recently. So slide on over to Spotify and check out my list. There's 592 songs on this list. 592. So go ahead and put it on shuffle. You know, skip through what you don't like. Listen to what you do like. It would be some new songs, maybe some old songs. 37 hours and 1 minute of music. So there you go. You'll be entertained and you'll know what I'm listening to, and we could be caught up and we could chat about it in the YouTube comments. But let's get into what you watching so I can tell you what I'm watching.
Hey, yo, Mushy, what you watching?
Check it out.
Ding, ding. Law and Order come back this week, y'all. I don't know about you, but Law and Order advocate over here. Like, I am an advocate of Law and Order. I do not play about that show. I like the little spinoffs that they do. The newer spinoff, like, it was okay. Anthony Anderson left, so I probably like it more because some people are just not good cops on TV. Like, you know, I love me some Angela Bassett. I really do. Don't get me wrong. But there's just something about her playing that cop on 911 that I just always get a little giggle out of, because it's just like, I mean, it don't really, it's not believable. It's like sometimes when they put couples together and you be like, bro, like, why did they match these two up? They don't even look like they will go good together on TV. So I'm real big on that, but I'm excited to see where they go. It's supposed to be like a 3-part for all three Law and Orders. It's supposed to be like a combined episode where they all join forces. Listen, it's like Super Friends, but with law and crime and jail and murder and stuff. So that's up my bag. But also, I just read that they renewed The Chi. I thought the show was ending, so I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, like, sheesh, can they get this over with? But apparently it's been doing well, and they renewed it again. So we can look forward to seeing Kevin and Jake and Luke James and all of that. So I was reading the story the other day. Jake's older brother, Reg, if you watch the show, like, he died, I think, at the end of season 2. He got shot. So apparently I was reading an article that he left the show and said that he was originally supposed to play, like, his character was supposed to be the one who had the trans love interest. So he was just like, nah, I can't do that. Like, you know, I mean, on one hand, I can respect it because it's just like, I mean, it is work. And like, you know, sometimes you don't want to be that actor to put yourself in that box. Because I do feel like, you know, once you do that and you're, you know, so-called straight, now they're always going to look at you with the gay connotation on your name. So like, you know, it's kind of like with, you know, homeboy from P-Valley. Like, we know that he's going to go on to do other things. But it's like, if he don't do something to trump this role, then he's always gonna be the guy from the gay show, because that's what they calling it now. I'm just being honest. That's what they calling it. It is what it is. I mean, it's just a show with people who happen to be gay. Like, that's how I look at it. People's lives are people's lives. Live it how you want it. Don't worry about mine. That's all I gotta say. But what else you been watching on TV? Like I said, I've been in my bag. I've been in New York. I didn't really watch no TV. My friend tried to get me to watch that new, I'm about to say the new Lord of the Rings. Not the new Lord of the Rings. That show that y'all were like, you know, that one, yeah, with the dragons and stuff, with the man with the white hair. Wasn't really for me. They always try to get me to watch like The Crown. Not for me. All them like 300 movies, or like those like where they wearing like gladiator sandals. Nah, not for me. I left the gladiators at medieval times when I went with that bomb ass chicken that they had. Like, I left it there. But let me know in the comments like what you're watching, because I need some new shows to watch. Atlanta is back. Mind you, I thought I started watching Atlanta today because I wanted to catch you up on it and stuff like that. But apparently I just finished the last episode of the last season. I thought it was the new episode of the new season. I was just like, they still in France? So let's see how they wrap that show up and end it, because, you know, that show is just like outrageously wild in like a funny, weird kind of way. It makes you think. It makes you think like, what the hell is happening? But like, it makes your brain like figure it out. Like, oh snap, and then, you know, you connect the dots on little stuff. Those true Atlanta fans who really break down the show and be showing the symbolism and shit. Like, I give it up to people like that, because give me the Spark Notes version of it. If you remember Spark Notes, then you know. You about that thing. Let's slide over there too. Yeah, so if you know about Spark Notes, or what was the book version? Spark Notes was the computer version. I forget what the book version of that was called. Man, it's been a long time since people use stuff like that. Now you can just Google anything. You don't need just one website. So those are the things of what I'm watching. Let me know in the comments what you're watching. Like, please let me know a new show. Like I told you, I keep telling y'all every week what type of shows that I like. So please don't recommend no crazy stuff to me. And we're going to get into wrap this show up, because I've been talking my ass off. So let me wrap it up. As always, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining me each and every week here on the CWF Network. You know, the big content, small pieces, everyday content for everyday people. It's just been a long 8 years that I've been doing this network. And I feel like, well, this is technically 7. But, you know, 7 is the year of change and things like that. I've been expressing that for the past couple weeks on this show. So, you know, I just really want to start elevating the content. And, you know, I said I want to have 10,000 views on YouTube by the end of 2022, which I feel like I'm going to get anyways. I'm already at 4,000. So it's technically not that hard. And that's with minimal effort that I've been putting in. But the things that I want to do, the things that I have planned, the content that I want to put out, I feel like it could be something that, you know, a goal that I could reach. But I have an announcement. About this show, though. So I was talking to my mom the other day, and she asked me, like, when are you going to get on camera and do your show? And I was just like, ooh, like, she finally called me out. Like, you know, I've been waiting for somebody to call me out. Like, and people have been asking me for years, like, well, how come you don't do video? But before the pandemic, people weren't really doing video for podcasts. Like, podcast is audio. When you do video, that technically makes you a YouTuber. Like, because now you're doing these interviews on video. Podcast was audio only when I started. So, you know, now I am moving with the shift of the wind, and I will be doing the video soon. I just want to set up the platform like a StreamYard or something like that, so I can come and, you know, produce the show how I want to produce it and make sure it look good. So, because, you know, I need to create my own shit, man. I be applying to these producer jobs. I don't know if it's my resume. I don't know what it is, but it's just like, bro, I built this whole fucking network myself by like, you know, trying to learn everything I could learn because I didn't know how to do none of this before I started. Like, I mean, yes, I have a degree in media, and yes, I knew how to cut audio and cut video and things like that. Like, yes, I had that. So I did have a little step to stand on. But as far as like creating the network and creating the taglines and finding the hosts and, you know, learning how to coach them and learning how to write emails and learning how to reach out to brands and stuff like that, like, it's just been a journey that I've been trying to go to over the years. So now I just want to expand it. I'm going to do video, but I'm going to get like StreamYard or Riverside, one of those two. But also, I'm getting back into my creative bag. Some of you may know, like a lot of people know me because I had my clothing line back in the day where, I used to be promoting. So a lot of people know me from that. So I've been getting back into my creative bag because I'm like, you know, let me make some bread from my creative juices. Like I told y'all, the pandemic kind of put me in a space where I just didn't feel like creating nothing. So now I'm back in like a feel-good mood. And so I just ordered some patches online. Like I'm about to work on some custom hoodies for the winter. Just big things coming. So I really want to start a Patreon because like I want to show y'all the process and also, you know, help get y'all support and helping me push forward and, you know, just help me support financially the things that I want to do, like the goals that I have, because it's just like I feel like that's what's been holding me back for a long time. And like I know like they've had GoFundMes and all that, but I've always been way too embarrassed to actually do one. And like I see everybody else doing Patreon, I see everybody else doing that, and I just always felt like I don't want to ask nobody for money. But now we're in the space to where that's normal and people do that. So now I need to take advantage and be a part of the trend. So I will be starting a Patreon very soon, and it will be like a little behind the scenes behind my creative stuff. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Ooh, man, I had that sneeze coming for a while, but it's going to be a look behind my creative process and everything that I'm going to do, like some of the stories that I've had of my creative journey and, you know, how I make my stuff and, you know, like where I get my materials. Like I'm going to put y'all through all of that. And I think, you know, it'll be like a little monthly fee. Well, it'll be one monthly fee just for like, you know, minimal supporters. And then I think I'm going to have like another tier where I release a t-shirt every month with those people who, you know, and they'll get like exclusive content as a thank you, of course, for the next level. But that's something that I'm thinking about. Like I realized I wrote notes for this last year in November for Patreon. So now November's coming up again, and I just saw that I wrote it down. That's why you gotta write things down. When you write it down, it's real. Also, I will be doing like a behind the brand. Like I'm going to be doing like, that's going to be video for YouTube where I'm just going to be breaking down like what I'm doing for the network, how I'm building it. I feel like, you know, being transparent going forward is probably going to be, you know, what's going to get me to the next level. I've been building this thing, you know, by myself secretly because I've been trying to figure out how it is. But now I know what the network is. I know how it's run and stuff like that. So I'm going to be pushing to get all of that and really, you know, move forward and become the media mogul that I plan to be. So thank you guys for joining me. Be sure to follow me on the socials. MushKing __ is where you can find me on Instagram and Twitter and I believe TikTok. But just follow the network TikTok, CWF Network. And also be sure to subscribe, please, to the YouTube. It is doing great. Like I said, we just passed 4,000 views, so that is going well. We're going to bring Creative Hustle back to do more video interviews. Like I said, I've just been working on the platform because Zoom wasn't it. Zoom was not working, and I kind of need something else to kind of, you know, make it a little bit more seamless to what I'm doing. So I am working on that. If there is anybody out there who would love to help me out, listen. Someone with media experience or marketing experience or business, finance, something. I need somebody to come help your boy build this because, I mean, I could do it alone, but why would I want to do that? I've always been a helper, and that's always going to be what I'm doing. That's the reason I started this network, and that's the reason I just do what I do, you know, period. I know a lot of people think it's pushy or whatever it is, but honestly, I just want you to be the best you that you could be because let me tell you something. Be sure to tell your story because you never know who's listening. And that's key. You never know who's listening because guess what? Everybody got a story to tell. And I'm telling you, 7 years ago when I said to my friend, let's record our conversations on the phone, and he was just like, bro, what are you talking about? I saw the vision then. I still see it now, but it just looks a little different. And I'm building towards that. and you're helping me by doing that, by listening, and I appreciate it. So thank you, and I'll catch you next time. I'm out.
This is the CWF Network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.